Lock it in, lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated, a little still? Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in. Are you ready to be entertained, educated, a little stimulation for your brain? Lock it in. Are you ready to learn? Are you ready to laugh? Are you ready to love? Then lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, yeah. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in, lock it in. It's the Joe Lockett Show. Lock it in.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Joe Lockett. How y'all doing? You locked into your favorite eating ride. It's your boy Joe Lockett. Let me know if y'all can hear me out there on Facebook and Instagram. What's going on, y'all? We're locked in the building. How y'all doing? It's your boy Joe Lockett. I think you guys can hear me out there on Facebook. Let me know. But what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Joe Lockett. Nephew is out today, but hey, y'all got me in the building. It is 9 minutes after that. We're locked into your favorite eating and ride. We got so much to get into today. And no, I'm not talking about the lady that was unalived. I'm not going to talk about that today. Seen it going around, but yeah, we're not talking about that today. I am not talking about that. I think maybe Denise want to talk about that tomorrow, but I'm not talking about that today. How y'all doing out there? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. How y'all doing? We're locked in. Glad to see y'all. Y'all just locking in. My favorite. Hit the button. Share the video out there. We're about to get into this. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Y'all know how we do it on the Joe Lockett Show. What's going on, Robert? What's going on, Red? What's going on, Nicole? David? Mary? Flander, how you doing? Scott, how's it going? How y'all doing out there? Beautiful, how you doing? Melty City, how y'all doing out there? D Johnson, what's up, baby? I've been seeing you posting them pictures out there. Oh my goodness, I've been seeing you, girl. You look good. Michelle, how you doing, baby? Sandra, how y'all doing? Today is Tuesday, Tough Conversation Tuesday, and I'm going to have a tough conversation with you guys today. Since Nephew's out, that means I get to talk for the full show today. Denise is not here, so that means y'all get to hear from me for the whole full show. Ain't that nice? I think that's real nice. It is the Joe Lockett Show. Every once in a while, I need to get to hang out with your boy. Today, I want to talk about expectations. And also, I want to talk about life changes. Nate Dogg, what's up, boy? You good? What's up, big my biz? What's kind caring? How you doing? Paula Cox, how y'all doing? Kimberly, what's going on? Sherry, do me a favor, hit that button. Y'all hit the like button. Thank y'all for joining on in. And y'all let me know if y'all on Facebook and Instagram. Is the sound there? Aquawoman, if anybody can check on Facebook and Instagram and let me know if the sound is there, because it's a new setup here. I think I got the sound right. So can somebody go there and check and let me know and say if they can hear it or not? I would definitely appreciate that. Thanks for the rose, my big dog. I appreciate you. Aquawoman is in the building. Rosa, how y'all doing? All right, y'all. It's 11 minutes after that. I appreciate you locking into your favorite digital evening ride in the afternoon right here on social media. I want to talk about this today. I think I'm going to get into this first because Nephew's not here, so I'm not going to try to do his news. But there are a couple of things going around, but he'll be back tomorrow. We can cover those things tomorrow in the news. But today on the show, I want to talk about expectations. And also today, I want to talk about life changes. I want to talk about this one first. Life changes. Because, when I was dating, and as I talk to different people, in this form that I am right now, right? When you're talking to different women, you're talking to different men. I have found one problem, y'all, that I think that I'm going to help y'all out today about why some of y'all can't connect and be in a relationship. And this goes for men and this goes for women. I'm going to tell you guys what I truly believe here, what I've seen, and I think this is really true when it comes to life changes. When you are divorced or you're single and you haven't dated in a while, you're trying to get out there and date. Have y'all noticed? And I want to y'all type in and let me know. Have y'all noticed this too? Because I see it a lot when I'm talking to folks. But let me know, have y'all seen this? Have y'all seen this thing when someone is telling you about if you're on a date or if y'all start talking, right? You give them your phone number, you let them DM you, right? Y'all FaceTime, whatever the case may be. Ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed that sometimes they start to tell you about the life change things that they're going through? You know, maybe they are going through a spiritual change. Maybe they're going through a weight loss change. Uh, Maybe they're going to therapy. Have y'all noticed? And I want to talk about this in depth. Tough Conversation Tuesday. And I want to talk about this. When you decide to change your life, that has nothing to do with the person that you're talking to. Hey, Rachel, how you doing, baby? Thanks for the following the live. I appreciate you guys. Follow live. I appreciate that. And y'all hit the like button and send me roses and flowers and stuff, and I recognize you as you're doing. But have y'all realized, this is your boy Joe Lockett. I'm divorced twice. I'm 54 years old. Hey, Sunshine, how you doing, baby? I want to talk about this day. Have y'all noticed, like, when you're talking to somebody, people are quick, and sometimes maybe it's you. You're quick to let people know what life changes you are going through. When they're talking to you, start telling you what they are doing. And I want to say this as kindly as I can on a Tough Conversation Tuesday. Most times, that life change thing is for you. It is not for the person. Hey, Bridget, it is not for the person that you are talking to. If you're going through a life-changing moment about yourself, you having an epiphany, the new person that you're talking to probably don't care. And I have talked to a few women, right, that start to tell me about whatever they're doing. And for me, I get this all the time. All the time I get it. If I'm talking to a woman, the first thing, or I'll say the second or third thing they start talking to me about they're going on a diet, right? Or they're watching what they eat, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you, for me as a man, that's a huge turnoff. It's a huge turnoff for me, because if you're having a life-changing moment and I just met you, I really don't care that you're going through that. I'm getting to know you. Whatever you start to do, or whatever it inspired you to be where you are in your 40s or 50s or 60s, wherever you are, that's fine. But every time I talk to you, I am not your motivational buddy. Yes, Aquawoman, keep it to yourself. I'm not your motivational buddy. You know what I mean? I think sometimes people get into conversations with people that they like, and y'all don't realize y'all turning that person off sometimes, because I am not your support partner. I'm not even your boyfriend at this point. We just talking. And each time I talk to you, you tell me how good you feel because of the way you're eating now. And you know that you had a great workout today and you feel so much better. And I'm like, good. I'm happy for you. What you want? In my humble opinion, for me, I'm saying, what you want, a damn cookie? Selfish? What the hell you mean I'm selfish, D? That ain't selfish. Your inspiring moment that you had before you met me, or the epiphany you had before you met me, ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm getting to know you. I want to know you. That has nothing to do with being selfish, right? No, that's you putting your inspiration, trying to put that off on me so I can support you and tell you that a girl. That ain't my job. This Tough Conversation Tuesday, I'm gonna get into it. That ain't my job to do that. No, I don't. If I'm talking to you, D, you ain't never heard me telling you, well, I just worked out today and I ate well and I did. If I'm trying to holler at you, no, you don't. No, I don't talk about that. I do not talk about my dieting. I don't talk about my eating. Now, y'all hear me talk about it on this radio show, but if I'm talking to you, people have to drag out of me what I did, what I did for workout, because again, that's just what I do. That ain't a conversation I need to have with you. So let's not do that, D. No, it's not all about me. No, I'm trying to get to know you. So we can talk about other things, but what's got you all inspired right now? That ain't my business. I want to get to know who you are. You know, this inspiration, you want to go back to college, you want to go do it. I'm happy for you. And you telling me once, I'm cool with it. Maybe twice. But every time that we talk, you're giving me an update of what you done did, and I'm supposed to be that a girl that I ain't ready to be your support cheerleader yet. I don't even know if I like you like that. And men too, right? If you're on a weight loss diet, that woman don't want to hear about you eating better and you walking. Bruh, if you want a partner to cheer you on, tell them that, right? Let them know that. But don't be trying to holler and then you want somebody to cheer you on in your new endeavor, right? Because you need support. Either you're going to eat right, go to college or whatever. You don't need me for that. If I'm going to go to college and eat or whatever, I don't need you for that. I don't need to be telling you what I did. I motivate myself. You should motivate yourself. If I ask you how that's going, and then you can share that information. If I ask you, is everything okay with that? Then you share that information. But when I first started talking to you, and that's what you lead with, okay, if that's who she is, then she would be by herself. And a lot of y'all would be by yourself because when you talking to a man or a woman, 9 times out of 10, D, you don't want to hear that man talk about that he on a cleansing diet and, you know, it ran through him today. Or, you know, I fixed my juices today and I drunk 3 of my juices. I got 2 more left. That's not a conversation you want to hear every day from somebody you don't know if you like yet. I got up this morning, I went walking and I counted my calories and I had 2 eggs and 3 and 3 peaches or something. Nobody want to hear that conversation all day, every day, single day. Let me get to know you. If you're inspired, you're getting ready to go back to college, you know, we can work that in the conversation, but that don't need to be a part of our conversation every single day because you're trying to motivate yourself. Let's just be honest. Tough conversation Tuesday. Y'all can get mad, but what you're trying to do is motivate yourself, and you're talking to somebody else about it so they can help you stay motivated. That ain't my damn job. That ain't my job to keep you motivated about what you're doing. And if you're trying to talk to me and see, am I going to be that guy? You're going to lose me. And vice versa with women. You're going to lose some women because they're talking to you to have fun, to be lighthearted, to see what's going on, see you're a good person. Nobody wants to know the trials and tribulations of you got weight loss problems or you trying to get back into school and you studying and the teacher gave you. We got our own problems. When I'm trying to talk to somebody new, I understand you got some things that you need to do, but ease me into that. Don't just leave with that because you need that motivation and prep talk from me. That ain't my job right now. If I'm just talking to you, it is not my job. And I'm saying it to the camera. Everybody, I'm saying it. Hey, Joy, can you hear me? On Facebook, I want to make sure. Can you guys hear me? Jay, can you hear me? Are you able to hear me here? Because I'm not for sure if I got this sound hooked up right. Because Nephew got something different. I think you'll do it for her. You're going to be alone. Maybe I will. You don't want your cheer us on. Cheer you on. You should be your own damn cheerleader. Stop that. If you are inspired to do something and you just met me, okay? You just met me. We started talking. It ain't my job to be your cheerleader or to inspire you. You should already have that once you planted that seed of what you wanted to go do. Let me ease into that role if I want that role. But I don't need to hear an update of what you did today every single day so you can feel accomplished. That's your damn problem. If I went to the gym or didn't go to the gym, I don't need Dee to tell me, you should have went to the gym today. That ain't her job. She don't know me like that. I said I wanted to do this. I didn't check with you, Dee, to make sure that I'm going to go to the gym today or I'm going to eat right today or I'm going to go ahead and get my run in today. When I got up this morning and did my hour and a half on the elliptical machine, nobody here to make me go do that. When I decided to eat right or eat wrong today, nobody here to make that choice. That's my choice. If I want to feel good about myself, I feel good about myself because I did it. I'm not a kid. I don't need that a boy from somebody to inspire me for something that I said I need to do for myself. Because what if you walk away? What if you don't like me like that? I'm going to stop doing it because you're not there no more? Or you're going to pour that on to somebody else and run them away too? I'm just telling y'all can get mad at me, but nobody want to hear that all the time. If you're inspired by something and you want to go read 3 or 4 books, go do it. Now you can tell the person that you're doing, somebody got something I started new today. Brooks was read me a book, a new book every week. But you ain't got to tell me tomorrow I read chapter 1, and this is what chapter 1 was about, and I read chapter 2, and this is what chapter 2 was about. It was so interesting. And hey, I'm gonna send you this book. No, hell no, we're not doing that. Because when I'm talking to women, what happens is, like I said, all the time, start telling them about your diet, start telling them about your workout. Next thing I know, we shouldn't. No. Let me get to know you. I don't know if I want to work out with you or get a workout. I don't know none of that. We should just let's do coffee and tea. Let's just talk. Let's not get into anything like, I'm your inspirational buddy. I don't know if I want to even be your friend right now. We just talking. Let's figure this thing out. Tough Conversation Tuesday. Y'all may not want to hear it, but y'all started pouring on, and sometimes men start pouring on way too early. Like y'all said, men talk about sex way too early. Ladies, sometimes y'all bring y'all inspiration to us way too early. We ain't ready for that. And we're turned off day one. Day one. It ain't that we ain't supporting you. It ain't that we don't care about you. It's we don't like you like that quite yet. If I'm going to take on that responsibility from you, let me like you first. Let me inquire about that after you told me that first time. Let me ask you, well, how's that going? Are you enjoying it? Let me ask those questions. If I don't ask those questions and you told me about it, guess what, ladies? We don't care. I don't want to talk about it. It's not important to me right now. I'm trying to find out other stuff from you, not about what you are into today because you decide to get inspired to go back to college or to whatever you're about to do, right? Whatever that thing is you're about to go do. In the beginning, Joe, you have to... We have you met that's boring the hell out of you. Who have you met that's boring the hell out of you? Quite a few people. Just to be honest. But it's not boring. It's the weight of what you're putting on me. Ladies, honest, it's the weight that you're putting on me because now you're expecting a response out of me, right? When you tell me about what you're doing, of course you want me to say, that's good. So what do you want to do with this? And then you want to get more and more to the conversation. I don't care in the beginning. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. If you tell me the first time and you bring it up, I ain't got no problem with that. I really don't. If you say, hey, I started a new diet today, cool. I hope it works out well. Cool. We move on to something else. Got no problem with it. But day 2 and day 3 and day 4, you giving me an update on your diet. I really don't want to know about it if I didn't ask about it because that's a diet you decided to go on, not me. You should have a friend that you can update of your diet journey that you have. I'm not that friend yet in the beginning. If I'm your man, that's different. But if I'm just meeting you in the beginning, I think a lot of us on a Tough Conversation Tuesday, let me just keep it real. You run people off because you put the weight of your inspirations or your epiphanies on other people because you want a cheerleader. And y'all want to hide behind the cloak of, well, I think he should be, if I'm doing this, he should be interested. No, the hell he shouldn't. Why he or she should be interested in what you just decided you wanted to go do? Just being honest. We don't need support. It's called conversation. Yeah, but I don't need it to be an everyday conversation. If you told me you're going on a diet, cool. We had that conversation day 1. I don't need to talk about it for the rest of the week. I don't need to talk about. I don't need to talk to you. If you talk to me, told me Monday you're going on a diet. You don't need to tell me on Tuesday that you're still on your diet, and Wednesday that you doing good and you're proud of yourself. Okay, I'm happy you're proud of yourself, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's your diet. That's your body. That's what you're doing. I'm happy for you. Now, maybe by Thursday or Friday, I may ask you, how's the diet going? You know, but let me have that conversation. When you first meet people, stop trying to make people be your support system. I think a lot of times when you talking to people, and ladies, y'all know it too. When a man started talking to you and he started talking about sexual things, right? Y'all gonna say that's different. No, hell it ain't. Because y'all don't want to talk about that until what? You get to know. You don't care about that until what? You get to know that guy. You don't want to talk about nothing dealing with XEX. You don't want to talk about none of it. Don't even bring it up. Don't even hint at it. Pick nothing. Don't do that. So if y'all can say that to us, which I don't bring those things up myself because I think it's a turn off in the beginning, trying to talk about sex. I don't like talking about it. But at the same time, there are certain things in the beginning of a conversation or beginning of a relationship that you don't need to talk about. Don't bring your life debts or your wants to me in the beginning. Don't do it. Let me want to be interested in that. Let me want to be the person that want to talk to you about that. Why do you feel like we need a response? Oh, you don't need a response. Oh, D, don't do that. Oh, you definitely. If I said this, okay. Okay. That's good. You're gonna say he's uninterested. He don't care. I can't be with a man who don't care about what I'm trying to do to better myself. How the hell did I get in that position that I'm supposed to be caring about what you're trying to do to better yourself? You're supposed to be doing that for yourself. That has nothing to do with me. But I'm supposed to be interested when I first meet you about you going on a diet or you going back to school. I should be that should be a turn on for me. I'm just asking, should that be a turn on for me? Should it be a turn on for you if you meet me and I'm going on a diet? I'm just asking, real talk, ladies. Is that a turn on to you that when I talk to you, I'm letting you know I'm going on a diet? And every day I'm talking to you about my diet, about what I ate today, how many calories I ate today, how I set my food up, how I set things in place. You know what I'm saying? How I got my blender and how I prepared my food and the food prep I'm doing tonight. When I get off the phone talking to you, I'm going to prep my food for tomorrow. Man, no woman want to hear that. I'm just saying. Don't nobody want to hear that. In my humble opinion. Now, some of y'all may entertain it. I used to. Now I don't. I'm very upfront. Like, hey, I'm happy that you're going on a diet. Can we talk about something else? That's what I would say now. If I don't want to talk about something and I think it's too heavy or the responsibility is being put on me, because I don't want to be that support person for you right now when I first meet you, right? And that's the way it feels to me. I could be wrong. But usually people tell somebody something every day because they want you to cheer them on. They want that a girl. That's good. It makes you feel good about yourself. I get it, but I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to be your cheerleader right now. Tough conversation too, so I'm being honest. I don't want to be your cheerleader. Why do you feel that responsibility is on you? Because for me, like I said, I'm going to say 8 times out of 10, when a woman gets with me, I don't say a word, but they wind up going on a diet. They wind up starting exercising, whatever the case may be. And then they want to tell me about it. I didn't ask them to. I didn't allude to anything. I didn't say anything. I don't even mention it in my workout. I don't do none of these things. I made sure, and still, like I said, 8 times out of 10, this conversation comes up. And then the questions come, right? About, well, how you do this? And what do you think about this? And I'm like, I'm emotionally unavailable if you're trying to put a responsibility on me that I don't want to talk about. I'm emotionally available to get to know you. I'm not emotionally available to be your cheerleader. If I'm just meeting, like, listen to what I'm saying. When I'm just meeting you, I'm unemotional. I'm unavailable emotionally to be your cheerleader. Okay? And I'm talking about the women or the men that talk about their life epiphany, their life-changing thing that they're doing to you every single day when you didn't ask about it. When you just call to say, hello, how you doing? You know you're going to hear about, well, I did that homework last night, and man, it was tough, or the teacher did this last night. And your whole conversation is about that. Right? Because they're into it. That's what they're doing. But it's 2 of us on the phone. Can we have a conversation? Let me ask you about your day. But if she don't ask me about my workout, I'm not going to volunteer that workout. I'm going to ask her, no, how was your day? Right? You ain't got to say, my day, I did this, and this. When you ask somebody about the day, 9 times out of 10, I'm not asking about your diet. Unless I ask you what you eat today. If I ask you how your day was, tell me how your day was. But have you ever noticed when people, you ask them a question, they take that opportunity to drive the conversation where they want to drive it to? Come on now, it's Tough Conversation Tuesday. Ladies, you're acting like I'm being tough, but there are men you be talking to on the phone, and when y'all start talking to them on the phone, the conversation goes in a certain direction each and every time. It's a turnoff to you. Stop acting like y'all. I don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all don't like what I'm saying because it's about the food and about the diet and stuff like that. But that's just my experience. And like I said, that's a huge turnoff to me, right? I don't want to talk to a woman about working out. I don't want to talk to you about your new diet that you went on. I don't. That's me is like one of the biggest turnoffs in the world because, like I said, it always boils down to, it never fails. The questions start coming. And I know you're not serious. Don't sit and tell me some may be. 8 out of 10 of y'all are not serious. Most of y'all, and I'm going to say 100% of the women I have talked to, right, that was not into working out, that was not on a diet, 100% of the women I have talked to in my lifetime have not been consistent with it. 100%. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't mad at it. That's you. But don't bring that to me acting like that's something that you want to go do, or you're not impressing me with that. I'm not impressed. If I start to talk to you, if I give you my phone number, I want to talk to you. You need to impress me. You don't need to make me feel like I inspire. I ain't doing it for you. I don't work out for you. I work out for myself. I don't eat right for you. I eat right for myself. Yeah, I'm a woman of mystery. Unless you ask, I'm not divulging. There you go. That's one big thing I noticed in dating today. People are self-centered. Oh, okay. You are not supporting them. That's why they aren't. Why am I going to support you, Aqua Woman, in the beginning? Why do I need to be your support system when I first meet you? Aqua Woman, if I meet you, we go on a date. You tell me you going on a diet, right? You eating salads when we together. That's fine, right? I don't need to know how you prepped your food today and how you didn't prep your food. You weren't having that conversation 2 weeks ago with somebody. So why are you having a conversation with me every day? I ain't talking about the woman just update me, but I'm talking about that, you got those people that when they get into something, they get all indulged in it. And the whole conversation is always about what they are doing and how it's making them feel and how they're going through it. That's a huge turnoff, ladies and gentlemen, for the man or for the woman. Now, like I said, y'all can get mad at me and act like y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. But I promise you, if a man get on a subject matter in the beginning when he first started talking to you and you didn't ask for it, and he's talking about it every single time, if he's talking about his ex, or if he's talking about his baby mama, or if he's talking about his kids every single time, that's a turnoff to y'all. Come on now, that's a turnoff. Because when you get to know somebody, you don't care about his baby mama. You don't care about his kids. You don't care about his job like that. You're getting to know him. So you don't want to hear that every single time that you talk to somebody that he's sitting here telling you about something that he got a problem with. That ain't what you want to hear in the beginning. Y'all acting like what I'm saying because it may hurt some of y'all feelings because y'all do it. And if I say a hurt dog will holler. If I said what I said and you mad about it, you're the one I'm talking about. Because you're the one that need that cheerleader. I love you, but you need that cheerleader. You want my support, and I didn't offer it. Don't make me try to give you support on something that I don't know if I want to. I don't even know I want to talk to you tomorrow. Why do I want to be your cheerleader? For whatever you're doing. It's too early for me to be a cheerleader for you. It's too early for me to try to support you or be that person for you. No. Just let me be a guy trying to get to know you. That guy that you've been trying to talk to, that trying to holler at you, he'll listen to all that. He goes, yeah, baby, you should keep going. You let him be your life support, your cheerleader, your support system, your ear that you need to be in when, you need somebody to talk to. Not me. I'm being silly because you're so passionate about this topic. But I'm a talk show host. And I wanted to be passionate. You don't do that. Huh? What do you mean, D? Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. But I'm just saying at the end of the day, y'all, seriously, why when you first start dating people, right? Some of us tend to, like I said, 8 out of 10 for me, start to put what they deciding to do on me, that weight. And like y'all said, it's a conversation. I don't think it's a conversation when it become part of every conversation. Have you ever been talking to somebody for the first time and they wait for you to answer that question or go, sort of counter in the category of what they want to talk about, and then they go right back into what they talked about 2 years later and start regurgitating it, or they start to explaining to you why they're doing something or why this happened in the beginning, and it become like a cloud when you're talking to them. You start to like tune out because you're like, man, here we go. And you be like, that's good. Okay, that's gonna work out good for you, right? What kind of juice did you use? Oh, I use this purified juice. And see, that's why I don't ask them questions. Because once you ask one question about what they're doing, they think you're interested. And then it goes from there. So the whole conversation, the time that you're on the phone, 9 times out of 10, is talking about what they have done either in school or, like I said, the weight thing or whatever, and y'all haven't really talked. So the conversation, and I'm gonna say this, y'all say I'm being selfish. No, I'm gonna say the person that's putting that weight on you, they're selfish. Because y'all know what I'm talking about. 9 times out of 10, if it's the man or the woman, that whole conversation, they're the one talking. You're the one being the that's good. But what about this? And what about that? You're their support system. Come on now. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all can get mad what I'm saying because I may just hit some of y'all upside the head, right? But it is what it is. Don't nobody want to do that in the beginning. If I'm your husband, if you're your man, that's different. I got a different responsibility. But when I first meet you, I don't have that responsibility. I'm just saying. I'm almost terrified today. I don't know how to behave because the expectations are just be yourself. Aqua woman, you'll be fine when you date if you're just being yourself. Don't be about yourself, just be yourself. You know what I mean? Have a conversation with me. If I'm talking with you today, Aqua woman, I would say, how was your day, baby? Right? You'll tell me how your day was. And if you say, well, I had a little problem at work, some, well, maybe tomorrow when I talk to you, if I talk to you tomorrow, I'll talk to you the day after, did you get that problem resolved? Right? Let me be inquisitive and want to know about the things that I want you to talk about to me. Right? That's a conversation. But if you're telling me things so I can listen, that's not a conversation. That's a one-way street. And a lot of times when I'm on conversations, because I talk a lot, I'm a radio talk show host, I try not to talk much because I know once I get on the tear, I get on the tear and I have to back myself off. But I'm talking about subject matters. I'm not talking about me, right? When I'm doing stuff, I very rarely try to talk about myself. Now, if I'm explaining something, I will always use myself as an example in something if I'm talking to somebody, because I can tear myself apart than talk about somebody else when I'm trying to explain something to you. So I always use, well, when I went through something, this is what I did, right? So if it's good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, it's not going to be bad for somebody else. So I would talk about myself in the third party in that fashion. But I'm not going to tell a girl, well, I did my radio show today and this is what we talked about. Or I did workout today and this is what I did. Or I ate today and this is what I did. The conversation don't have to be about me. Actually, I don't even want to talk most of the time. I just want to be able to conversate. Whatever we're talking about, what are you doing for the weekend? What you got going on, right? What's interesting? Did you see this on the news today? How was everything, with the family? If you got kids, how the kids doing? Because I don't need to talk to you long if I'm just getting to know you. It could be a 5-minute conversation, it could be a 30-minute conversation. But I don't need to talk to you for 2 and 3 hours because I have learned when you're talking 2 and 3 hours, those 2 and 3 hours turn into 1 hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, no answer, texting, call, no answer, texting, sometimes conversation, because you're doing too much in the beginning. Let's see what y'all are saying out here. if he's passionate about his daily life, like educational projects, um, okay, if that's what you want to listen to, D, if he's passionate and you're passionate about listening, that's good. Y'all are compatible, right? That's what you want to do. But if she's passionate and I'm not passionate about what she's doing, that I'm not wrong. That's her passion. And I don't need to be passionate about what she's doing. I don't need to be. I don't need to be supportive and I don't need to be passionate. I need to listen and say, okay. But I don't, if this is everyday conversation, if you're my boo, sunshine, of course you get a good morning text. If you're not my boo, you're not gonna get a good morning text every morning. No. Because you're getting plenty of those from other guys, or you may not be, but I don't know if I like you like that to give you a good morning text. I'm not gonna start something if I don't know if I want to finish. That's just me. I'm just straight up with it when it comes to that, right? If we're getting to know each other, let's get to know each other. I don't need to get into a routine with you in the beginning, right? I can text you in the afternoon. I don't have to text you good morning every morning. Because let me ask y'all a question for all the single people out there. All the guys that text y'all good morning, right? Where are they now? I'll wait. Because it seems so good and perfect, and he's attentive and he's listening. And for all the single people out there, all those guys that started off correctly, where are they now? Okay, I'm just gonna ask, because you start to see that, again, most people are not consistent in what they do. Erica said that's only when both people aren't on the same page. Yeah, but let us get on the same page. Don't try to put me on your page, and I'm not going to try to put you on mine. Right? Let us get on the same page together. Don't force me on your page. Ladies interested, men act interested. Yeah, you can act interested. I can act interested, but I don't have to be interested in what you're doing. Right? I'm interested in you, but I don't have to be interested in the whole conversation that you're having with me. I don't have to be interested in your passion project that you're doing today that you just started last week. I don't have to be interested in it, in that, but I can be interested in you. If I get to like you and I know that's what you're doing and I see that you're serious about it, right? And I'm gonna be a part of your life, well, yeah, I need to get interested in it. But in the beginning, I do not need to get interested in it. Even real talk, I don't need to show interest in it. And if you say that I need to show interest in it or you won't be with me, well, we won't be together, because that's not my responsibility in the beginning to be interested in what you just got interested in. That has nothing to do with me. I can be a good guy. I can check all the boxes, but not interested today or tomorrow or this week about what you just started. And that's not wrong of me. If you're my girl, if I'm exclusive with you, I need to get interested. I need to learn. I need to be there with you, support you all the way because I'm your man. But if I'm just started talking to you, I don't need to do that. And that don't make her wrong or make me wrong. And that don't mean we're not compatible. It just means we're not there yet. That's all. But if you're holding that against the woman or you're holding that against the man, fine. You go be with that guy that's going to be, I guess, interested in what you're doing right up front, even though you just started it. That's fine. I'm not saying it's good, bad, ugly, and different. I'm just saying a lot of times y'all don't realize you turn people off by that conversation that you're having way too early. You turn people off in the beginning by that conversation that you have way too early. See, women can easily say if a man started talking about sex, it's way too early. That's a turnoff. And that part is okay. Right? But if I tell y'all something that turns me off, oh, now you get combative about it. That's different, Joe. Nope, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about sex. I think we should be able to talk about that. We've grown, right? We should be able to talk about that. But that's something intimate. Well, isn't your eating intimate too? Isn't your going to school, isn't that intimate too? Well, we ain't got to do that, but you asking me you want me to be interested in that, right? So we ain't got to do that, but we can talk about it. Because I like talking about sex. You see how that works? Some conversations are too heavy in the beginning. Yours may be sexual, mine may be whatever you're trying to get into. Nobody is wrong on what on their feelings on that. Nobody. I know how I wanted to be treated and found what I wanted. But that's good, Erica. That's good. But some people know what they want and know how to be treated, but sometimes you lose it because you turn the other person off. Right? So again, if you have found what you got, nobody's knocking you, man. It works for you, and I'm happy for you. I'm talking about, some of the situations I've seen myself in, some of the conversations I've talked with some women about, because I have women talk to me all the time, and they be telling me about, man, I just got off the phone with this guy, and one guy he just holding the phone, not saying much, not a conversationalist. Another woman tells other women tell me, every time I'm talking to him, he's talking about his baby mama, or he's talking about his kids. My kids grown. I don't want to talk about kids. I don't want to talk about no kids. I don't want to hear that. So why are y'all telling me this? Why are women telling me this? I'm asking y'all because I'm not making this up. This is what women say to me, that when they're talking to men, they don't want to talk about. Why come he don't have a different kind of conversation? You're taking your time and don't want to be burdened until you choose her. Of course, exactly, Aquawoman. I've never had to put a demand on a man. We were in sync. He was, but Eric, it took you time to find that man, though. Come on now, let's don't do that. After you got a divorce, it took you time to find that right guy. You went through a couple of guys, you know what I'm saying? Everybody do. You went through a couple of men that was not on the same page as you. Right? Because for whatever reason, whatever that reason may have been, you just didn't walk out divorced and you found the right guy. That didn't happen. That don't happen for most of us. You found what you like, what you didn't like. You learn how to date again, right? You learn the conversation you need to have. You found out what you needed to have for yourself or what you weren't going to tolerate, right? You found out what you had to go do. It ain't too many people walked out of one relationship and walked into another, and that was cool. So, like I said, when you find that person, right? After you go through your ups and downs, right? And I'm just saying, you find it. But I'm telling some people, sometimes you come on too strong with the conversation that you're having that has nothing to do with the other person. That's the point of this. When in the beginning, people want to get to know each other. They want you to get to know them, and they want to get to know you. They don't just want to hear about what you're doing or what problems you may have or what that may be. Have you ever clearly communicated? Oh, I communicated easy. Yeah. After that third time you bring that up, yeah, I'm very easy to communicate that. You put those expectations on yourself. Just listen. Period. I don't want to listen to it, and I don't have to. If I'm talking to you and that's all you're talking about, that conversation gonna be very short. Somebody at the door, I gotta go. I got another phone call coming in. Because that's not a conversation I want to have, to be listening to what you did most of the time of that conversation. I'm good. I don't need a good morning text. It's fake. My therapist said put it all on the table up front and have all the hard conversations first. That's good. And I hope it lines up when you put it all on the table. But I've been in a situation where you put it all on the table and it still go bad. It still don't work. So, yeah, I'm for all putting it on the table. But finding the right person for you, it still takes a minute for anybody, right? So, the first part is on a Tough Conversation Tuesday. I know it's tough for some of y'all to hear, but a conversation is two people. A conversation, if you find yourself talking more than 5 or 10 minutes and everything that you're doing, that you're relaying with, if you're still on the phone with that person for 30 minutes and 15 to 20 minutes of that conversation you was talking, you're talking too much. You're talking too much. There should be a balance in the beginning when we get into talk, because of course I want to say something and you want to say something, right? And I know everybody want to be treated different, but in the beginning, I think it should be a balance of the conversation. If I'm just sitting there just listening, yeah, that's not a conversation I want to have. Joe, why not simply be honest and direct? Someone's at the door. You're so wrong. Because sometimes you just don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You know what I mean? So yeah. When I changed what I was doing and became authentic to myself, I got the results. And that's the part right there. You know what you want, but you know what you want within reason though. I'm quite sure, Erica, you didn't go down pour onto the guy you with now. Well, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm doing it. And you had that conversation every day. You got to know him too. He got to know you. Come on now. He fit the tab of what you needed, right? Once you figure those things out. And I'm just trying to help you out along because I had to realize this too. Because when you first get out of a marriage or you get out of a long relationship, what do y'all do? Hit the like button there, because what do y'all do when you're in a long relationship? The first thing that y'all start talking about is what? What you just went through. We all have done it. All of us have talked and talked and talked in the beginning when we first got a divorce about that person. Some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, that conversation continuously come up. You bring it back to that conversation about him or her. You did it. We all did it. Thank you for the heart. We dump it all out within the first couple of days of talking. Okay, if that works, if you can. If he asks what I do, I'll be honest. I'm not talking about his muscles. That's good. That's good, D. He may not have muscles. He may not have muscles. I just happen to have a few muscles, you know what I'm saying? But he may not have muscles, so it won't be no muscles to talk about. And yes, I'm giving you a hard time, D. All right, guys, it's 55 minutes after the hour. You locked into your favorite eating and ride. We're talking about tough conversation that some people don't want to hear. Actually, I didn't. I wasn't talking about him, only if he act. So let me ask y'all this question before I go to the next topic. What turns y'all off in a conversation, ladies? Gentlemen, what turns you off in a conversation? When you first start talking to somebody, right? They not your boo. What turns you off in a conversation? I'll wait. Trashing their ex. Okay. Them not taking accountability. Okay. What turns you off in the beginning of a conversation? I'll put your answers here. Hit the like button. If he's too pushy. Okay. Courtney. Okay. Anybody else? D, what turns you off? Rachel, what turns you off? If he doesn't have any goals. Okay. The question is, I know it all negativity and degrades others. Okay. So y'all understand what I'm saying, right? If these conversations that people are having too early on, right? It's a turnoff. I am psychosexual, so he has to be intelligent. Okay. They don't speak for me. What do you mean they don't speak for you, D? What? They don't speak for you? What do you mean speak for you? Hey, Tamika. It can never be too early. Let people talk and tell on themselves. Intelligent conversations is a must. If you're smart, man, you're not going to tell yourself in the beginning. If you're smart about the conversation. Because I think I see some people come out the gate way too quick and say, well, this is what it is, this is what it is. And in the beginning, I don't care. I'm just being, in the beginning, when I first meet you, you can tell me everything that you are about and what you're not going to tolerate. And I'm half listening. I can be honest with you because I'm happy you said that, but pretty much everything a woman says, you already know that that's basically what you're supposed to do anyway. I'm just being honest with y'all ladies, right? So if woman come in and say, well, just want to let you know a few things, and they run down another list, I tune out about probably about 2 seconds in and wait till they finish and say, okay, because I don't care. I'm just being so honest because again, things women are saying is what you as a man you already know. They don't want to be cheated on. They want to be lied to. They don't want their time wasted, right? And if they got somebody else 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be on a puppet string waiting for you. They don't want to be a bench rider. Got it. Understood. You don't fit none of those bills right now anyway. So I don't really care about any of that because I haven't put you in no position. I don't have you in anything in mind. I just want to get to see, do I like you or you like me? So your expectations as what you want, I already know. I do. I trust me as a man. I understand. You ain't giving me no ass. That ain't happening, right? You don't want to talk about sex. I do. I know that. You don't want your time wasted, right? And you want me to be in a certain position in life to make sure I can do certain things as a man, correct? I know all that stuff. I get it. What, you want to regurgitate that to me again? Got it. But when she started talking to me about that, I'm like, okay, good. Anything else? That is my honest tone. Anything else? Why do you sound like that? Because I already knew that stuff as a man. If you're 54 years old, you already understand. But I'm sure you had to get that out, so I was here to listen for it. But okay, and then I will proceed to say that's good, but we're not even nowhere near close to that. So once we get there, I understand if we get there that as a man, I'm supposed to conduct myself as so at my age. That's what I would say. Right? And she's like, oh, so you're a grown man, very grown. Because so many guys out here playing games, women feel that they need to tell a grown ass man how to put his clothes on, how to put my shoes on, how to speak and how to talk and how to act. You don't have to tell me that. But I'm glad I'm happy for you if you decide to regurgitate that to me, the stuff that I already know as a man. That's my innate ability, what I'm supposed to do anyway. Okay. I don't think no woman, I believe all women, no woman wants to tolerate none of the stuff I just went down. We know that. We just want to see, can we get away with it? We met, started talking, and have a first date within a week and see what happens next. Wow, week? Okay. I may have a first date within a week. Maybe. I have to have the heavy conversation. Why the last relationship ended? What did you learn? Okay, so that's a heavy conversation. We were not compatible. And if you ask me anything more, I'm gonna say it's none of your business. Because it's not. Right? If a woman comes to me and asks, is that a heavy conversation? Why did your last thing end? And I'll probably say we was not compatible. And if you want to go into anything deeper, I don't owe you an explanation of why we weren't compatible. I don't need to talk to you about her. We just wasn't compatible. Well, what do you mean you wasn't compatible? We was not compatible. You're not going to judge me based on my last one with somebody that I wasn't compatible with to what I may be with you. Judge me on my marriage with you, not with what that was. So for me, it's not a heavy conversation. Honestly, it's not a conversation I would probably have with a woman. Yeah, that's not your business. Like what happened with your ex is not my business. Right? Your ex-husband, where y'all got a divorce, you decided to tell me, cool, but it's really not my business of why y'all got a divorce or y'all broke up. For me, it's more so I'll see. If you're a bad person, I'll see it. It's gonna take time, but I'll see it. But I don't want to make a judgment off of another dude's action that was with you. See, we'll be done then. Oh, that's fine, Erica. We'll definitely be done. Because again, that's none of your business what happened with my ex. What happened with my ex has nothing to do with you. Right? I don't need to talk to you. If I just met you and we talking, I do not need to tell you about my ex. That has nothing to do with how I treat you or how you're going to treat me. You're not my wife. You're not my girlfriend. We're getting to know each other. So, we get to know each other on our marriage. There's no cheat codes and cheat sheets here. I'm not doing that because I'm not going to ask you about, are you dating? Yes. But I'm not going to ask you, why did you and your ex break up? That ain't my business. Why y'all broke up? Y'all broke up. You grown. Y'all can do that. But why y'all broke up? because what he did or what she did, right? It gonna be completely different than what you are, Erica, right? But if you're judging me because of what I say about her, that's unfair because you don't know what led to that situation. You're just judging, from one side of the story. You don't have all sides of the story, right? And if someone is judging me by my ex that we probably dated 1 week or 1 month, I'm not gonna let you do that. Nah. And you shouldn't ask, Eric. If a man asks you that question, you shouldn't ask because it's none of his business. Judge me for who I am. I don't think any grown person needs to tell a person you just met, if you don't want to, why you broke up with your ex. That's not your business. I'm here, we're talking, right? My ex is not part of this conversation. My kids are not part of this conversation. What I did last week is not part of this conversation. I don't know you enough like that. Once I get to know you and I see I like you, or you see you like me, then I'll share a little bit more of that information. But it definitely won't be in the first week. It definitely won't be in the first couple of conversations because my ex has nothing to do with me getting to know you. My past has nothing to do with what I'm doing right now. That takes time for us to get to know each other. And of course, you can do your research. You can look on my social media pages and all that other good stuff. But I would never have a conversation about my ex with somebody brand new. No, I wouldn't. To me, that's number one. To me, that's disrespectful to your ex. And number two, that's unfair to me because you're wanting to judge me from my past. 1 week or 1 month is not a real relationship. I agree. But I'm just saying, if you dated somebody, right? Or while you and your wife got a divorce, that's a conversation that I'm not having with somebody I just met within the first week. That's not a conversation. I'm divorced. If you ask me, I would tell you maybe once we get to know each other and we get there, I can talk about it. But as far as, this conversation right now, it's not a conversation that we need to be having, or why me and my ex got a divorce. It just didn't work out. But if we get to know each other, I'll be glad to share that information with you. That's what I would say. I'm not going to be rude about it, but I'm not going to go into detail up front about my ex to some brand new woman. You know what I'm saying? My ex deserved more respect than that. My private life before that deserved more respect than to talk to some woman I don't know, have no idea who you are, right? And I started talking about my ex to you, whatever that makes it good, bad, ugly, and different. No, to me, that's disrespectful. When you're collecting data, you're judging. It's part of the process. Yeah, but it's up to me to give you the data that I want to give you about me. You can collect all the data you want, but you're only going to get so much from me in the beginning until you get in a place where, okay, I want to give you more data. Now you can go there and look around, but me giving it to you about my ex, no, we're not going to do that. About my kids, no, we're not going to do that. No. I divorced after 26 years. You think I wasn't judged? You probably was judged. But Erica, you didn't have to disseminate any of your information about your ex or your kids if you didn't want to. I don't care if you're judging me. I could give 2 flying flips if a woman judged me because I didn't tell her about my ex. Well, you must still love her. Well, you can think what you don't want to. Well, no, that's your opinion. I'm not going to let you put your opinions on me because you are hurt or you done been through something. Ain't got a damn thing to do with me. I protect my information as long as I protect it. I tell my information, like on this show, I have never disseminated to anybody anything bad about my ex-wife. Only very few people know why we got a divorce or what happened. Because it's none of y'all damn business. And I would never tell y'all. I don't care what y'all say. What's my responsibility on the airway? No, it's not y'all business. It's not a woman business that meets me that need to know why me and my ex-wife got a divorce if you don't know me. I get to liking you. We get to talking. And I trust you. And I see we may be going somewhere. Then I share a little bit more information. Right? But in the beginning, if that's how you're going to judge me, keep it moving. We good. How would you answer my question? What's your question? Go back. Okay, so let me see, Aqua Woman. What if you ask, what did you learn from the last relationship? Then that may help you evolve. And this is what I would say to you, Aqua Woman. I learned from I would tell you, for me, I need to be a better person. I probably need to be more patient. I would say some stuff like that, but I would not denigrate the person. in shape, form, or fashion, I'm always going to say something what I could do better as a man, right? I'm still working on myself, right? Maybe not get sexually involved so early, maybe not talk so much, not have so many conversations, not take things so serious in the beginning, not try to get hot and heavy. I may say something like that, but it will always be something that's going to put me in a position for you to see that I want to better myself as a man. Right. So what did I learn from my last relationship that I was in? My last relationship was that I really didn't want, I'm not ready for a relationship. That's what I would say now. Right. At that time, I was not ready for a relationship. I would put everything, even if the woman did something wrong, the woman I'm talking to, you'll never know. You'll never know. Because it ain't your business. It ain't your business for me to talk bad about that woman that we didn't click. You may see me make it feel like, and most time I'll probably say that's a conversation I want to have. Because anybody who knows me personally, you have never heard me talk bad about any of my exes. Because I don't. Again, I made that choice. Wrong, right, or indifferent, fortunate or unfortunate. I made those choices, but it ain't I don't need to tell you what happened. It's not your business. I don't care what happened in your past relationships. I don't care what happened with your husband. I don't care what happened with your boyfriend. I don't care. I want to get to know you. If you're a bad person, I'm going to see it. If you're a good person, I'm going to see it. Yeah, how you treat people, I'm going to see it. But me trying to get information out of you about what happened in your past and me personally, those things do not matter to me. What your ex did, it really don't. Right? I'm going to see the residuals. I'm going to see who you are all in time because I'm going to get to know you. My collecting data, way of collecting data is time. It's not the information that you say to me. I see your actions. I watch. I listen. Right? If I'm around you, you bring me around your friends, or I get around your family, or whatever. I see. You don't need to tell me a whole lot. I don't even really need to ask a whole lot of questions. It shows. When you get angry or something when we're talking, it shows, if you're an angry driver, it shows. If I'm in a car with you and you're cussing and blowing at folks, it shows. You're short-tempered. You know what I'm saying? If something happens to you at this grocery store, we out together, or waited and do something, you blow. It shows. I don't need to ask you nothing. I can see real quickly probably why that relationship ended with your last man because of maybe the way you are. And if you seem to be a really good person, I can disseminate at that point in time and say, okay, guess what? That dude lost a good woman. I want her. No one is saying shit on your ex because we know it takes two. Okay, gotcha, Erica. It's not about degrading the person. Your response gives me insight, and I'll leave it at that. Well, my response would, like I said, my response would be on me. Whatever a woman asks me, I'm always going to say me. Me. What did I learn? Like I said, it would be something that I need to better myself. Right? That's what I would say to a woman. Because again, in every relationship, I play my part. But I think when you're going into information and collecting data, I think some things are off limits early on in the conversation with that woman that I meet. I think certain things are off the table in the beginning when I first meet you. And I'm quickly to bag a woman up when she asks me a question that I'm not comfortable with asking right off the top. If I don't know you, I tell you, I said, well, that's not something I want to talk about right now. And if she walk away from that, that's fine. But I'm not going to talk about something deep with you in the first couple of days or the first week. I'm not doing that. Because again, we're not there in a space to have that kind of conversation. I don't know you. I don't trust you. You don't trust me. So why am I telling you something deep about me in the first week or two? That's a little bit strange for me. We need to ask questions. You can ask questions, but I can answer them the way I see form. Because you asking me questions, it's like, okay, you're asking me these questions, but time will tell you everything you need to see. Do that make sense? You can ask me these questions, I can answer them perfectly, right? And then you can come back and say, well, that ain't what you said. Well, like I said, for me, I will answer questions about me. I answer them. If it has anything to do with my past, I'm probably not answering too much. But if you're asking me what about me, depending on what you're asking in the beginning, in the first week or two, I'll tell you, right? Depending on what you're saying. But if you ask me questions I think that are too deep and probing within the first week because you need to move on, I would tell you, please move forward. Go ahead and X me out the box because I'm not divulging that kind of information so you can strike me off your list because I didn't answer your questions. Okay. Go find a dude that, that answer those questions because I'm not. Because if it don't work out with you, now I done gave you information about my private life about somebody or somebody that I've been with that I have no idea what you're gonna do with it. I have no idea how you would disseminate that to other people that may know me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm protective of even my exes and and my information of how and who I tell it to. Behavior tells you more than conversation sometimes. Behavior tells you more than conversation anytime, in my humble opinion. Time tells the truth on everybody. I'm going to be honest. Time would tell the truth on everybody. Anybody can have a good mouthpiece. I mean, I got a damn good mouthpiece. I just don't use it in a conversation. I just don't use it when I'm trying to pick up on women because I don't know. Like I said, he says, I don't know if I like it like that. But time doesn't tell you everything you need to know. What do you mean, Bridget? Why come you say your time don't tell you everything you need to know? Because I think it does. I think in time you get to see everything you need to see. I think sometimes women and men want to hear what they need to hear so they can see that they want to put in the time. I think that's more what I see and I hear people say, because I don't want to waste my time. So I need to hear what I need to hear. So if I know I want to stick around, well, keep your ass moving then. Because you're not going to hear everything you need to hear from me in the beginning. Yes, it does. It can be 3 years later. Time will tell the real you. I say everything has its time and place, right? If I'm talking to you and we're talking for about a month or two, right? And I still like you and we talking regularly, right? Then I will open up to you a little bit more, right? Within maybe the month or that second month, I open up about some things. Because now I got a feel for you. If I'm talking to you, 30 days in, I started to tell you some stuff, right? Because now I sort of kind of like you because we still talking. I think you sort of kind of like me. So I started, open up a little bit more. But other than that, if people do it and they tell you within the first couple of days or that first week, so be it for those people. I'm just not that person. And like y'all said, I may always be alone, and that's fine too. I'm cool with it. All right, guys, it's 16 minutes after the hour. You're locked into your favorite evening digital route on a Tough Conversation Tuesday. This last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here today. Forgiving and punishing. A lot of us want to say that we forgive people, but I don't think a lot of us forgive because I want to ask y'all this, right? Is it possible to forgive and punish somebody at the same time? Is it possible to forgive and continue to punish somebody at the same time? I had to learn this lesson. It's one of these lessons that I had to learn myself personally because I had to figure out that if I'm still angry, because if I can still try to punish a person to be petty, I haven't forgiven them. If I'm still talking about them in a derogatory or negative way, I have not forgiven them. So why are you saying this, Joe? Because I hate seeing people that say I forgave them, but I still hear you talking negative about that person. Or you're still saying what you're going to do to that person. Or you're still saying how you're going to make sure that this person such and such, such and such, such and such. Y'all know how y'all do it. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't act stupid. It's Tough Conversation Tuesday on the Joe Lockett Show at 18 minutes after the hour. Don't do that. Y'all know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Punishing and forgiving. You can't do them both at the same time, America. It's just not possible. I tried it. And I wound up understanding that I didn't forgive him. There was no forgiving. I said I forgave him, but I was still mad. Now, I'm no longer angry. It don't even bother me no more. I have completely forgiven them. That took me about 3 years, almost 4 years to understand that part. See, when I said I forgave them, it sounded good. And that was a minute later I told you, I said, I don't know if I can forgive. I don't know if I can forgive. Right? Y'all have heard me. If you've been watching the show, you've heard me say, man, I don't know about it. I don't know if I done forgave yet. Because I had to realize, man, I was still kind of pissed about some stuff. And I always say, God's still working on my black ass, because, if I ain't forgave you, I ain't forgave you. It is what it is. But I thought I did. And people said, Joe, you got to forgive. You got to forgive to move forward. Well, damn it, I guess I was stuck for a while. I was stuck for about 3 or 4 years. Because, some stuff is hard to let go or forgive people, right away for. Forgiveness for you. I get all that. I get that. Forgiveness is for you. But it got to be in my own time, man. I got not to be angry about this shit no more. I got to find a way to make myself feel better about this. I just can't say I forgive you and I'm okay. I don't know about y'all, but it don't work that way for me. I just can't say I forgive you and we good. And tomorrow I wake up and the roses are blooming and the birds singing and the sun is out. Because I was still pissed about some things in my life. So then I started looking at it. I had to figure out my journey was the reasoning behind it. What had I done wrong? What could I have done better? And I stopped looking at it from what they did to me. That's how I got through it. Because as long as I looked at what I felt they did to me, I was always going to be angry. I started to look at the problem and said, just something to help you guys out maybe. How I forgave is when I forgave myself for what I did or what I could have contributed to what they did to me. And people say, well, I ain't do a damn thing. They did that to me, and you did something. Even if you chose wrong, you did something. You could have chose better. You did something. Everybody that say they ain't did nothing, you're a damn lie. You did something. I ain't do nothing to deserve that. You probably didn't deserve it, but you did something. Everybody did something. Everybody. I don't care how somebody wronged you, whatever. You trusted them too much. You put them in the wrong space in your life. You did something wrong. And that's how I dealt with it. I looked at what I did wrong. And once I said, okay, I stayed in this situation too long, or I could have did this. Then I was able to forgive them because I looked at it as I allowed them to be in a place in my life where they could do that to me. See, I couldn't be angry at them no more, because then I started saying that was my fault. Yeah, I trusted them, but it was things that I could have done better. I should have watched. I should have seen. I shouldn't have let the title of who you were or the time that we were together. I should have kept my eyes, because there were some red flags. Because every time that somebody hurt you, there was always some type of red flag. It was there. Once they hurt you and they do something, you'll understand. Like, man, I didn't think they would go that far though. So that's how I forgave. It didn't work like, okay, I need to forgive so I can move on. That shit didn't work like that for me. I don't know how it worked for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't walk through a church and get baptized and the preacher laid his hand on my head and said, Joe, you are now, you have redemption and God has forgiven you, so forgive everybody. That didn't work like that for me. Now that may work like that for y'all, but it didn't work like that for me. Me and God we on a different wavelength when it comes to me and God. We got our own way of working through my journey, right? Me and him talk differently than y'all talk. All the way y'all was telling me that I tried it, that was not working for me. Forgiveness is for me. Took most of my life to understand the why in this message. There you go. Forgiveness doesn't mean access, changing the victim narrative. Like I said, however y'all do it, I can't knock your journey to forgiveness, because like I said, My journey is probably unorthodox as hell. But when I listen to other people, the way they tried to tell me to do it, that was not working. People who went to church trying to tell me how to do it and read these scriptures, that was not doing it for me. I'm just being honest. Me praying, and that was not working for me. Don't know about y'all, but that was not working for me. And I believe in prayer, but that ain't how I got over mine. Now, maybe prayer helped me see the other way. Maybe the Bible verse opened up me to see the other way. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, because I'm not like that in the church like that. But I'm just telling y'all, when I read, didn't nothing miraculously happen 2 days, 3 days, 1 year after. Did not. Took 4 years. 3 to 4 years for it to work for me. Right? That's just me. I'm just saying, Aquawoman, you get what I'm saying, right? People be telling you, you do it this way and you do it this way, and it's for you, and you're gonna feel better when you do it. I think somebody folk be lying to us, man, when they be telling this, these things, right? Maybe that happened for y'all. Y'all lying to yourself if it happened, but I'm just a realist, right? Like when people get up in the church and shout. I never felt the urge to run around the church. Not saying it don't happen. I never felt that urge when I used to go to church. There is a defeated feeling comes along with forgiving some people. Probably so, Sandra. But I didn't feel defeated. I felt responsible when I forgave. Because once I took onus of what I knew I could have done better, I felt for myself that I have to be better in my life. Because what I found in my forgiveness was I allowed people to take advantage of me. I allowed in my life for people to get away with shit, and they wouldn't allow me to get away with certain things. Right? I turned the other cheek when they wouldn't turn the other cheek, and I knew they wouldn't, so I acted accordingly, but they didn't act accordingly with me because I would turn another cheek. And I'm going to tell you who do that the most: Christian folks. People who say these things are the main people that will put you in situations, right, and expect you to forgive them because of the position that they hold in your life. And don't let one of them have done something for you, right? They definitely going to put your feet to the fire. But if you do the exact same shit that they did to you, oh, it's a problem. It's a huge problem. And they're going to let you know and make you feel uncomfortable about it. They're going to come to you and tell you about it. But as soon as you try to do the same thing to them, they're going to act surprised and like, how could you? How dare you? It wasn't even like that. Really? Yeah, that part. I gave up in a Bible thumping household. I grew up in a Bible thumping household. I don't care about any of those words. Aquawoman, me and you on the same page. I believe in the Bible, right? And I believe there are stories that can relate to your life, and you can get inspiration out of those stories. I do believe that. I do. However, God's still working on me. And I think God uses people in different ways. And he may not be using me the way through, every Bible scripture and being the guy on the front pew in the church on every Sunday and amen the pastor. That's not the gift that he gave me. Right? I think he gave me the gift of bluntness, truthfulness, and tell the truth, what you feel and what you see, and tell your true process of what it is and how you found your way through. That's what I feel, because I feel uncomfortable doing anything else. I feel comfortable when I'm me. I feel comfortable when I tell you that didn't work like that, and I tell you exactly how it worked for me. I feel comfortable because that's the truth. I would feel very uncomfortable. I told you I read Luke 2nd chapter 3rd verse, right, every night for 3 nights or 1 week or 1 month, and then I seen things change. That didn't happen for me. That may happen for somebody else, but that was not that's not the way my belief system was set up. That's what I mean. I allowed it. Okay. So do you guys believe that you can punish and forgive at the same time? Is that possible? to do that in your life. Why are you talking about these on the Tough Conversation Tuesday? Because I think a lot of times when we're talking about these things in Life America, we don't understand that some of these small things, how they transpire in your life, it can turn people off, or you can turn people off because you're not healed. Right? A lot of these things, right? You're still toxic as hell, and you don't realize it. And what I had to realize was when I was trying to date, I wanted people to be in a box. How many of y'all, I want y'all to raise your hand in the back. How many of y'all want to be in a relationship and it has to be a certain way? You got a box that you put people in. Let's be honest now. Let's get into this before we get out of here. How many of y'all get into, when you start dating, there's a box that you guys are in? This box. They gotta fit in this box. They got to fit it in this, on this little square, this little box here, right? Okay, y'all hear me? Fit in this box, right? Right here. You got to fit right here, right? You fit in this box, we can be together. If you don't fit in this goddamn box, it ain't gonna work for me. What I had to realize is it's okay for Joe Lockett to have his box, but Joe Lockett got to open the door to the box, to step outside the box and see what the other person is saying, because that person don't understand my box. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand that square. They don't understand my pain. They don't understand what I've been through. And if I ever want to be in a relationship, I need to listen first. Right? I need to listen and see what their box look like. And see, do they have a door open in their box where they want to step outside their box and listen and have that conversation? Because every time I go in and say, well, this is Joe, this is what I do, this is how I do it, I done turned off probably 99.99% of the women. Because I didn't leave any room for her. Let me say that again. And I know that. That's why I got out the dating field. When I go in and I put in my demands and I say, I'm not wasting time, I'm not doing this here, this is all about Joe Lockett. Right? That's all about Joe Lockett. I need to step outside my box and have the conversation with you. And guess what I want to do, Aqua Woman? I want to slowly reveal to you some of the stuff I got in my box. And hopefully that you're stepping outside your box to tell me some of the stuff that you have in your box, the pros and the cons. See, when you step outside the box and you want to get to know a person, the box is there, but now you're having a conversation, right? You still got your pros and cons, but let me see, do I like this person before I put that on the table? Because I know some people, when they get into relationships, they want to get to it right away. And that's fine. If you got two people that want to get to it right away, I ain't got no problem with it. I learned, for me, I became Denzel Washington when it came to getting to it right away. Hey, baby, how you doing? So, tell me your do's and don'ts. Oh, well, this. Okay, I got you. You don't like that? You need that morning text every morning, baby. I got you. You need me to call you for? I got you. Don't worry about it. I promise you, I'm gonna do it, and I do it. I do it to a T. I'm military. I'm military with mine. Trust me. But there was no emotions in it. None. I was just doing what she told me I was supposed to do because that's what she wanted, and I was cool with doing it. But I had no feelings behind it. She didn't know it though, but I knew it. She had no clue because I'm Denzel. I promise you, when I lay it on and I'm doing what you want, I'm doing that morning text, and I'm not just saying good morning. I'm talking about something that we maybe talked about last night. I'm talking about your day. I'm talking about the good lady at work. In that text message, I'm being very descriptive. You're not going to know that I'm just sending you a good morning text or I'm just going through the motions because I'm that damn good if I wanted to be. I will become your Denzel Washington, right? With no emotions, and you would have not one damn clue that I don't have any emotions till later on. And I got tired of doing it. It was boring because, again, it's very easy to do the norm, what women want you to do. What I realize is I have to make sure there's something I want to do. Is a woman I want to do it for. For me, that's what I learned. So for me to be better, I said, I'm going to stop with the bullshit. I'm coming outside my box. I'm not going to say what I expect, what I want, what I'm not going to do, none of that stuff. When I meet her, I will see, what kind of car she drives. I ask her, where do you work? Right? What do you do for a living? All right? Do you have any kids? Through that conversation, it will determine, do I want to have another conversation? I'm quite sure the same thing for her. Through my conversation, she'll discern, you have a discernment of what she want to have another conversation with me. I still haven't put no demands on the table, haven't told her anything. Yeah, don't need that. Just get to know you, just introductory conversation. Second conversation, right? I'm still not putting no demands on the table. I'm getting to know you. Maybe third, fourth, maybe the next week conversation is, so if this was to go anywhere, right? What are you looking for in a boyfriend? That's what I do. I don't jump out with it. And when women jump out with it with me, like I said, that's a huge turn off for me. Now, used to didn't be because I used to love the women who jump out with their list. It was fun. But yeah, now, nah, I don't do that anymore. But when a woman just jump out there with that list, oh yeah. So the restaurant. So the last guy didn't take you to a restaurant. So he never took you to the fish market. He never took you to that place out there on 280. He never took you over there. What about that new place over there, that new salad place that they got over there called Chop Fresh? You never went to that? Tell you what. How about next week I take you to that restaurant? I think you'll like it. They got this kale salad, this really good Greek dressing, and they got some kind of croutons on that, girl. You gonna love that shit. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, we going. I got you, right? I'm gonna come. No, matter of fact, why don't you just meet me there? Because we're just gonna meet you there, but I got you. I ain't got no emotions in none of that shit. But you done told me something, so I'm gonna play off of that, right? Everything you just said, I'm playing off of it, right? I'm playing off of everything you just said. And if you do me a favor and see, jump on Facebook and see, do I got the sound hooked right? Because I don't know if I got the sound hooked right. And let me know. You can't box. You can't. You can't box. Your box can't have all sides. There needs to be, yes. And that's why I say, okay, thanks. Because for whatever reason, I couldn't get the theme music to play. I didn't hear the theme music. And I don't know what that was about. But okay, I'm glad they hear me though. Okay, cool. But yeah, so when I'm talking to a woman, like I said, I was Denzel. And the women didn't know I was Denzel. But then I got bored. I'm just being honest with you. I got bored because really wasn't into her. I didn't get to know her. I just did what I was supposed to do with the information that she gave me. Honest truth. When I first started dating, that's what I was doing. And I was good at it. I was knocking boots, getting the cookie, all that. Because women, you do a little this and do a little that, and you be attentive and you show a little, concern, and that women eat that shit up all day long. I didn't like her though. I wasn't falling for her. She thought I was. And for a minute, I tried to tell myself, yeah, I kind of like her. But I didn't for real because I didn't really know her. Because I wasn't asking all the questions. I was getting to know her through the thing, but I had checked her box. My box was yet to be checked because I wasn't asking a bunch of questions because even at that time, I wasn't believing in asking a bunch of questions. But women, they ask those questions up front. They want to know because women tell you, I don't want my time wasted. With a guy like me, you would get used. The guy I used to be quickly. We didn't even have sex, but I blow your mind. I will be the most charismatic. Y'all fellas, you know what I'm talking about, right? Let's be honest. I will be the most. I have you eating out my goddamn hand so easy, man, and you believe me. You be left. Hey, when I finish talking to you, you'll feel the breeze on your feet, and you'll smell the salt water, and you swear up and down that I like you, and I'm not even thinking about you. That's how good I was. But I understood that I was BSing women. And it wasn't fun anymore. Even when you got the cookie and you got the, I guess I got to the process. I guess what I was trying to get to. I guess that's what I was trying to do. Yeah. Yeah. And then I started to become lackluster. Right? I'm like, I still do what I gotta go do, but then I started to back off. It is cruel. But I'm just telling you, this is what when y'all women come up with these lists and y'all start talking to these men, and you got a guy like me that gets it, and most guys, like I said, that's been in this business and got, you know what I'm saying, that knows how to do this. This is what we do. This is what we do. That's why I say time. Don't give in to me early, because if you give it, once I see that weak spot in you, I see that smile come across your face because I did something good. All I gotta do is lock into that emotion, and I got you. And if I get your head within that first week because of the questions you ask me or the demands you put on me, I can do. Man, listen, honestly, real talk as a man, I love a woman who puts it out there early. Back in the day, I don't like them now because I think it's, y'all done heard my stump speech about that. But before, I used to love that. I used to talk the conversation and get into that part because I just want to get the information. I just want to know. When I'm talking to a woman, she could we be talking to, hey, how you doing? We get talking to each other on the phone, you yipping and yapping, right? And then I'll say something like, so have you ever been hurt before? Yeah. What about you? Have you been hurt before? Yeah, I've been hurt before. So what does hurt? So when you were hurt, how did you handle that? And then she gonna tell me. She gonna tell me how it hurt her. Right? When you tell me how it hurt you, right? Got it. I'm not gonna say nothing then. Somewhere within the next week or two or the next month, you're gonna know I was listening. You know how? Because whatever you told me that you didn't want to be hurt, I'm gonna wait for that perfect situation. And I'm gonna say, I don't know whoever he was. I don't know if he was the one who did it. Did what? And I'm gonna say exactly what you said to me about a month ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. And I'm gonna work my damnedest not to do that to you. Because you're too good of a woman for that to happen. And any man that don't see that, they're a fool. Oh boy. D. Okay, D. Well, I'm gonna ask you this question, D. You said women at y'all age. Why was I getting laid back then? A few years ago, women at our age. I'm not lying on myself now. It works, D. It works. And I'm gonna tell you, D, my actions were lined up with lines up with my words during that time. I wasn't just talking. Everything that I was supposed to do to be that perfect man, it lined up. I'm gonna tell you where I fell short. Longevity. Because I didn't want to do it no more. I got bored. She probably wasn't that interesting for me to keep the energy up. And I got bored. But I became the perfect man for you. I became the Picasso for you. But one thing I do say, that's why I say time tells everything, but a conversation doesn't. And I'm being honest, time tells everything, but a conversation doesn't. No, that's not a perfect man. No, but what I'm saying is every box that you need me to check, D, if you didn't know me and I got to know you, like you're a very difficult person, right? You know nonsense. So I'm not gonna play around with you, D. I'm not. I'm gonna be direct. I'm gonna be to the point. I'm gonna make sure that you're not gonna want for anything. I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna feel like a woman, right? I'm not gonna overdo it because you'll see through me. But I'm gonna do just enough so you know that I care. I'm gonna let you in maybe a little bit in the beginning. In the first 3 weeks, I'll let you in a little bit on some things because you're gonna need that to stay around. Right. So I'm gonna know what you need. Because as you're talking and I see how you are, I'm gonna feed you what you need to keep you on the lease. And that's fun for me in the beginning because I'm like, okay, she's this. And she said she ain't gonna take this and this man ain't gonna do this. Gotcha. Okay, cool. We study. A guy that's charismatic, a guy that just want to get to get something out of you, he's gonna do everything he needs to do up front. Now, some guys got a long game. I don't have a long game. I don't. I play putt golf. So that's why I knew that wasn't for me. Because when a woman started to talk, I could tell you everything about my ex could be a lie. Right? If I was to do that. But I can answer your questions to make you happy. And that's the only God truth, y'all. I mean, like that's why I'm laughing because it's so easy to do when some women are looking for what they're looking for. It's easy. Just like it's so easy for women to take money from guys or go on these dates when the guy is desperate to take a woman on a date or to get her attention. It's so easy for a woman to get a man to send her a cash app because he wants her attention. It's so easy for the people that are open or desperate to get that person's attention or to be in front of that person, to have access. People would do what they need to do, right, to get it. That's the honest God truth. We all been blindsided by it. I have. I tell you, my biggest failure in life is my ego. My ego has left me blinded to a lot of things because I'm Joe Lock and that wouldn't happen to me. Well, it did. But I had this conversation today with a friend. My ego has been my biggest downfall on a lot of things. And I've learned, sometimes you got to back that ego off, buddy. You got to give some things some time. Everything ain't about you, Joe. Everything ain't gonna roll the way you want to, Joe. Everybody ain't gonna like you, Joe. Everybody ain't gonna, Joe, you don't work for everybody. Joe, everybody ain't gonna fall prey to you. Joe, you got to listen. You got to shut up. Joe, sometimes you just need to sit there and listen. And not interrupt. Joe, you got to stop trying to take over conversations. Joe, you got to stop trying to make the conversation about your point. Joe, you got to stop trying to swoop people over to make them see your side. They have a side too. See, these things I had to learn, right? Because my ego is big as, I ain't going to sit here and lie. My ego is through the freaking roof. Am I conceited? You damn right I am. Yes. Am I self-confident? Hell yeah. Right? But I have to learn, and I'm still working on toning that down. And I believe I would tone it all the way down once I get with the right person that knows how to knock that ego off of me. I'm probably a puppy dog under all of that, honestly. But I got to know she care about me and she's not gonna hurt me. Right. And so my ego, I do believe, is what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? My ego is me, but I believe my ego is a shield too. It protects me because I don't want to be hurt no more. That's a fair and understatement, right? I don't want to be hurt no more. So the ego that I had, I made it bigger. Conceited that I used to have is bigger now. Ego edging God out. I don't think I ever edged God out. God got me through it. I always bow down to God. That's one thing I say. I always, I never put God out. I put people out, but I never, ever, ever in my life I put God out. For me, I have never. I put people out. I lost trust in people, but I never lost trust in God. Because one thing I can say, through every bad moment I've ever had, God kept me in the game, man. He never failed me, ever. On my worst day, God sent people through my door to make sure that I got you, boy. You're going to be okay. Pick your head up. You learned your lesson now? Dust yourself off. Get your ass back on the microphone. There go the money. God did that every single time for me. So I never edged God out. Hell no. I never say that. Wow, at least you're admitting being conceited is definitely a shield. Oh, yeah. See, that's called a trauma response. Okay. That's cool. But see, the thing about I tell people when we talk about these things, right? I don't mind talking about me. My faults, what I say on this microphone may not be for everybody. But that's who I am. And so why not talk about it on a Tough Conversation Tuesday? I don't mind having a tough conversation with myself to say that, damn, Joe, you wrong. Okay, I could be wrong. I would stand 10 toes down in what I believe until somebody give me a good explanation of why I'm wrong. Then I'm like, you know something? Okay, you right on that one. I'm gonna back off. Me and Nephew got into some knockdown drawn out in here, and sometimes I have won. But one thing I've learned in my life, I don't debate people to win anymore. I debate people to learn. I don't care if I win the conversation on these shows or in the chat boxes or when I'm meeting you. I don't care to win. I debate to understand. I debate to tear your what you're saying, to tear it apart and put it back together and let you do that to me. Because when I'm talking to you and we're debating, we're arguing, right? That's my strong opinion and my own facts. And that's yours. So I love to get into a good heated debate with somebody and rip their ass apart and see, do they have substance to what they're saying? And they should be able to do the same thing to me. Because if you got substance and it's just not talking points, I respect you a whole lot more. Right? That's the person I can debate with. Because now I understand the foundation of your argument. Not just something you heard or you got 2 seconds off the internet and then you try to bring that bullshit to me, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to rip a new one on that one. I promise you I will. And when you debate me, I always tell people, be ready. Because I'm going to stand 10 toes down in what I know. But I can be wrong in what I know. Because if you can tear me apart in what I said, I got to listen. I'm not going to turn you off. I would not. I promise you I'm going to listen. I don't mind. I don't debate to win. I debate to learn. Sometimes I come out on top. A lot of times I don't. But I learn. Okay. That's another way of looking at it. That's different. Now, that's a debate I love to have with anybody. You're right about how you should approach dating. I love that, Erica. I think every person is right how they approach dating. Right? And what works for them. I totally agree. Like Erica just said, I'm gonna pin this to the top because that makes so much sense. If you're that person and that's how you approach dating, and it's right for you, and that's what you're looking for, and it works for you, that's it. You just got to find that person that works for you, right? And you're gonna have to go through the numbers to find that person, right? Somebody may get lucky. Most of us don't. But it's nothing wrong with the way you approach it, and there's nothing wrong with the way I approach it, right? That's the part that we got to be able to understand, right? It's not wrong of how somebody sees something or do something. It's only wrong if you're if you're over here on the page or trying to judge what the way I said something. Because I'm never trying to judge the way you do something. If you're happy with it, cool. I know I go on the microphone and I spew what I spew, but that's truly who I am. People who know me personally, if you whatever you see on the microphone, it's probably 20 times more when you see me in person. I'm not two different people. D knows me, Erica knows me, nephew knows me, right? I'm the only thing you'll probably get me more in person, I'm probably less talkative because I listen more, unless we're debating or we may be arguing back and forth with my friends like I do sometimes. But for the most part, I say what I need to say, or I ask, okay, what's your reason behind it? And when I look into your eyes and I see that's truly what you believe, I'm not going to argue you on your issues. One thing I've learned at this stage in life, why argue? If that's what you believe, it's not my job to convince you to believe something different. I just don't want to hear about it no more. Right? If something like the other day, I was debating with one of my friends, right? And they said they're not voting because it's rigged, some. I'm like, okay, cool. I asked them their reason. They told me, right? They told me what they felt about Trump. They told me what they felt about the VP. I said, okay, cool. And I it's like, I don't want to hear about, what we went through. It's still my choice. Okay, got it. Understood it. Right. Then I said a little bit more. We went into about Barack Obama because, like they said they voted for Barack Obama and they weren't going to vote for the VP because of certain things. And I said, well, because of those certain things, Barack Obama had the same thing, right? Well, I guess I was hypocritical then. And the conversation went away because at that point, it was no need to debate because what they felt about this current situation is what they felt. I'm not trying to change anybody because, like I told that person, I'm not going to lose any sleep whether you vote tomorrow. You didn't vote. I'm going to vote. Right? So for me, it's about understanding when I debate, having a conversation, like on the Tough Conversation Tuesday, right? I love when y'all tear me apart. I love when y'all, say that, Joe, you're hard-headed, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Because all those things are true. If you was at my birthday party and we went around the room to the people that were there, I told you it was a common thing, right? He's an asshole. Every single person at my birthday party said I was an asshole. Everybody. They said he's blunt and he's rude. That almost came from everybody, but the word asshole came from everybody. But the other thing that everybody said about me was you never have to worry about where he is and where he stands. He's always going to be truthful to you. And if he love you, he love you. If he don't, he don't. He's not changing to please anybody, but he changed and he's there for the people that he loved. Because at some point in that room, I had helped people and people had helped me. And they know how I get down. Those people in that room that day, that was family. We didn't been through stuff together. They get me. I get them. Crazy part of it, most of us are single in that room. I don't think, was there anybody? Let me see. No, one person, two people were married. I think maybe 2 or 3 people were married, but everybody else I think they were single. But we all understood why. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said on a Tough Conversation Tuesday, y'all, don't be afraid to be who you are, number one. Number two, don't put your inspirations on other people when they don't ask for it. Stop looking for your support system or your passion partner in somebody brand new. Now, if that's what you need and you find somebody that's going to do that for you, that's fine. If that's what that is. But I do believe, and I'm going to stand firm on that, there are a lot of people out there like me that you push away. And men push women away for talking about the wrong thing way too early or too much. Right? And like I said, for me, it's definitely some stuff is like, we're not doing that. And it's turn off. But one thing that I've learned in life, women love to tell a man what turns off, but they get defensive when a man tell her what turns him off. Why is that, ladies? Ladies, why is that? Why do women get offended when a man tells you what their turnoffs are? Y'all want to defend it. Well, well, we have to. Well, you don't understand. That's not fair. But y'all quick to tell us what turns y'all off about what we do. But if we tell y'all what turns us off, well, you just got to talk to me then. Why do y'all get so defensive? I'm asking question. Can anybody tell me that? Why do women get? I think women are way more defensive than men when it comes to what turns you off. Because y'all can run down a list real quick of stuff. If he does this is a turn off. But if we say it, double standards. The defense is on both sides. Men are silent with it. We are because again, it's not that important to us like it is, I guess, to y'all. I guess. This is my thought pattern behind it. But anyway, y'all, I hope you guys have enjoyed this show. I think Nephew will be back tomorrow. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear what, Erica, before I get out here? What are you saying? No one wants to hear what? I'm about to get out of here, but I want to hear what Erica got to say. Erica said no one wants to hear criticism. But y'all can give it. Women can give it. So I would say this to anybody. I think we learned this as kids. Don't give out something that you can't take. Don't dish out what you can't take. Criticism goes both ways. If you can judge somebody, prepare to be judged. But I agree with you, Erica. Nobody wants to be criticized. All right, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed this show. Still like a show. We'll see you guys tomorrow on a hump day. I think Denise will be in. And if not, you guys are stuck with me. I'll be right here at the same bedtime. Y'all know how I feel about you, right? Jatim, Temo, Ashtemars, Liberté. What does all that mean? Today it means I love you. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I appreciate you. All right, Facebook. Y'all have a good one. YouTube, Instagram, X. Peace.